Hey boys and girls, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. First, I just wanted to talk a little bit, not about a movie, but about a TV show. The DC Comics TV series all combined for a big massive crossover called Crisis on Earth X. And it was a 2-night event, 2 episodes each night, 4 hours of TV, with commercials. And, oh my god, it was so much better than Justice League, I can't even tell you. Now, to be fair, they're working with a fraction of the budget of Justice League, but it was still much better. They also, the TV shows do have, you know, they're on their, like, 3rd or more season. Like, they have established characters and established relationships, so they don't have to do all the setup that something like Justice League does. So they can just dive right in and tell the story. But just in general, the DC TV shows, those are the superheroes that I want to see, not the ones they're putting in the movies. Like Supergirl and The Flash and Arrow, though I don't like or watch Arrow, really. He's too grim and gritty. He's more like the movies. I like the fun superheroes, like Supergirl or The Flash, or, oh my god, Legends of Tomorrow, which is my favorite. They're great. These feel like the superheroes that I love. Justice League feels like a compromise. You're like, well, okay. They felt like this was the only way to make a movie was to make them darker and more serious and, you know, grittier and whatever. Fine. Except for The Flash. The Flash remains a delight. And Wonder Woman is okay. But, like, they don't have fun, and even with Joss Whedon's script tampering to help make them fun, it's just still feels very dark and oppressive as a world. Whereas the TV world is amazing, and it's awesome. And I can only assume that they're going to release Crisis on Earth X as its own separate release, because it's not just, here's an episode of Flash that has some guest stars. Here's an episode of Supergirl that has some guest stars. Like, right from the start, it didn't even feel like an episode of Supergirl. Like, after 5 minutes, it just kept cutting to everybody else, and it was all just one big story. So I'm not really sure how they're going to do that, because if you buy the Supergirl season set, and you just have that one episode, it's not going to mean anything, you know. And I'm sure they're not going to include the other 3, so that you'll include all 4 of those episodes on every single show's season set. Like, that doesn't seem likely. I feel like they'll give it its own release, and I would totally get that. And then just skip that episode in the season set. But, like, I would totally get that. All 4 episodes, a little bit of extras, some behind-the-scenes footage and interviews. I kind of want to watch it again right now. It was that good. Whereas with Justice League, I'm like, I'll wait for the Blu-ray. Maybe it'll be better in 3D. But Crisis on Earth X, so good! How is TV better than movies? At least where DC is concerned. Marvel is still hit or miss with their TV shows. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just came back. I wasn't going to talk about this, but it just came to me. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just came back, and now they're in space. They're actually in the future. And it's like the best episode of Doctor Who that I've seen in years. It's so good. I just wish they would turn the damned lights on, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so dark, and I need them to understand that dark cinematography doesn't make the show filmic, it just makes it super annoying because you can't tell what you're looking at. You know, yes, it can help disguise some dodgy CGI, but I'd rather see that monster in all its cheesy CGI glory than have it be all in the shadows and be like, is that a claw? What did I just see? I don't know, because it's too dark. But it's a testament to how really amazing the show is that I'm still watching it. My husband gave up on it because he couldn't take the lighting. He was like, I'm out. And then it got so good, and I'm trying to tell him how good it is, and he's like, I still can't watch it because it's too dark. I can't. It's annoying. So this season is the darkest lit yet, but it's really, really good. But I do prefer the DC TV to the DC movies. And everybody's entitled to their own opinions, right? Just like in video games. Because, segue, everyone right now is very excited about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I am not. I've mentioned this in previous episodes. I had tried the first one because everybody had been raving about it, and I was in Nintendo World, and they had it behind the register, and I'm like, you know what? It was hard to find at the time, like, copies were rare and precious, and, you know, you couldn't, like, download that from the eShop on your Wii. So, like, I was like, you know what? Let me buy it. While it's sitting in front of me, I'll buy it, I'll see what the fuss is. I love a good RPG. I did not enjoy it. The story didn't suck me in, the world, I didn't want to explore it. Like, nothing drew me in. And I don't remember the battle system, but I don't recall liking it very much. So, meh. I was kind of disappointed after everybody raved about it. So, with the sequel coming out on the Switch, I was all in for a big RPG on my Switch. But then the problem was that everybody's all raving about it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, the graphics look nice, this looks fine, maybe I could consider it. But then I saw in the Nintendo Direct, they had, like, that video of, like, here's how the battle system works. And it's like you have all these blades, and you have to, like, switch out your blades, and some do damage, and then some will heal you, and then some do this kind of damage, and some are support, and it's like, yeah. And the whole, like, I got confused watching the Nintendo Direct video, so I was like, yeah, you're not doing a good job of selling me on this. And I'm sure if you actually sit down to play the game, I'm sure that there's a tutorial that will walk you through, you know, and ease you into it. But it just looked so complicated and not my bag, and I'm just like, no, 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 no. Because in that same Direct, they were like, here's some more Project Octopath Traveler footage, and there's a demo that you can download right now. And I played that demo and loved it, because that is more my speed. You know, it's very traditional, turn-based. It had a new angle with the special attacks and the multiple attacks and such, and that took me a little getting used to, but once I figured it out, I was like, okay, I can make this work, okay, I get it now. This is what I'm supposed to do, this is how I'm supposed to play it. And it was fine. You know, it threw in a little bit of a wrinkle, but it wasn't a completely new system where I'm just completely overwhelmed and I don't know how to fight. So, next year when Project Octopath Traveler comes out, I'll be all over that. But you all enjoy your Xenoblade Chronicles, or Xenoblade, you know, like, you enjoy your Xenoblade. I see all my friends on Twitter, people on Facebook, they're all just like, love it, oh my god, it's so good, I just finished Chapter 2, oh, it's so good. And I'm just like, that's fine. I'm just going to sit back here and play my Skyrim. I'm good. Because I have been playing a lot of Skyrim. Because it's on the Switch, and I can play it anywhere. So I play it on the train to work. I played it at Thanksgiving. And this past weekend, I went to my brother's in Jersey to do some babysitting. So I played it on the bus out to Jersey. I played it at night after I put the kids to bed. Then I played it on the bus back here. And still enjoying it. Portable, on the TV, doesn't matter. Still good. And I've actually gotten past where I was on the 360 now, which is kind of insane to think about. I must have given up on the 360 version, like, really early, for some reason. I don't know why. Because when I first got it, I mentioned in that episode that I went and checked my 360. I loaded it up on my 360 just to do some graphics comparison, just to see. And I was in with a bunch of people, and I just walked around and looked at things and talked to a couple people. But I was level 14 there. I'm now up to level 18. I hit 14, like, at the beginning of last week. I'm now, like, 18, and I've discovered where that inn was. It was in Solitude, because I was just in there, and this woman started singing her bard song, and I went, ah, right, and there's the Khajiit. Okay, yeah, I know where I am. So I got as far as Solitude, and I guess I stopped. I don't know why. Maybe something else came out, and I said, oh, I really want to play this, so I'll just put Skyrim aside, because Skyrim is an Elder Scrolls game, so I can just go back to it whenever. And then I just never did, I guess. I don't know. But I'm really making a lot of progress, and it's good. I'm leveling up, which is good, but also bad, because it seems like the game is leveling up with me. Because there was the companions, which are one of the guilds, their initial quest, they're like, if you would like to become one of the companions, here is your first introductory quest. Go kill the leader of Shimmermist Cave. And I said, okay, fine. I worked my way through Shimmermist Cave. It's a little bit difficult. I'm like, I feel like this might be a little above my level right now. But then I made it all the way through, got to the boss, and the boss kicked my ass. I was like, oh my god. I tried a few times, and then I went, you know what, I'll come back later. I came back later, he still kicked my ass. I'm just like, and I was like level like 13 or 14 at that point, and I was just like, how is this boss still kicking my ass? So again, at 18, actually I was just at 17, I turned 18 while I was in that cave, I leveled up. I went back in, and some enemies had respawned, and I was like, ah, crap. And they gave me a little bit of trouble, but not too much. And I got to the end, and I finally beat him. And I was like, how is this an introductory quest? You know, he's so hard. So I finally beat him, and like, he was so much trouble that I would do other quests to try to level up, and they were so much easier. So I don't remember if I did this quest on the 360. I never checked my quest log on the 360. But there have been a couple of quests that I've done where I'm like, oh, this is familiar. I recognize this location, so I did this when I was playing it on the 360. I clearly did this quest. But I was super excited. I finally beat that boss, and it was a great sense of accomplishment. Because Skyrim is an open world game, you can kind of tweak it and use things to your advantage. Like, if somebody's going to be really difficult, you can snipe them from a distance, or, you know, sneak out, attack, and then sneak back and hide, and then wait for them to go back to where they were, and then hit them again, that sort of thing. If somebody's giving you trouble, you can, instead of leveling up and coming back, you can sometimes use the open world tricks to your advantage. Like here, I lured the boss, out into the corridor because there was a big, giant robot thing, the Dwarven Centurion, and I couldn't handle them both at the same time. So I lured him away, killed him finally, then went back in, the Dwarven Centurion came at me, and I ran back into the corridor, and I'm not above using the environment to my advantage. He couldn't fit. Once the regular corridor turned into the cave tunnel, he couldn't fit. So I just got down the corridor, down the tunnel a little ways, and just started sniping him with arrows, and he couldn't come at me, and I was out of the range of his heat blasts, and I just kept hitting him and hitting him until he went down. And then, ta-da! That's what I love about Skyrim. Like, there's multiple approaches to every problem. I like that in a game. So, I will shut up now, because I feel like I've talked for far too long. But I just love talking about Skyrim. It's so much fun. I'm having so much fun with it. And I love being able to take it everywhere. It's amazing. The Switch is amazing. So, come back next week, and hopefully I'll have tried something else. And I won't just talk about Skyrim, I promise. I'll find another topic. Maybe we'll talk about Animal Crossing Pocket Camp some more, after I've played some more of that. See you then!